Sensuality doesn't always have to be pleasurable, doesn't always have to be beautiful. Sensuality is rather the awareness of your senses, the awareness of you and what you are sensing in your experience of life around you and your situation.
Welcome to the Awaken Your Shakti podcast. I'm Ketki Chavan, psychotherapist and coach, empowering women to awaken their Shakti and inner goddess. So much feminine wisdom has been lost through patriarchy, so I invite you, goddess, to remember your power through this journey with me.
I want to ask you, have you ever had a moment in your life where you felt so lost and disconnected from your sense of self and your sense of purpose and direction in life? If this is you right now, I want to give you some extra love and say that this podcast, this episode in particular, is dedicated to you. And with that, I want to start off by asking you a question. What is your sensuality? And what is your relationship to sensuality? And I know you're going, why is my sense of purpose and direction connected to sensuality? What does this have to do together? And while sensuality is an experience unique to everyone, for me and what I have seen in working with my clients is that sensuality is a way of experiencing the world around you with your senses. It's a way of truly living your life, the life around you, and experiencing it. So your sight and your hearing and the way you see the world, the way you taste the world, the way the candle flame illuminates the fire that is within you, the way the smell of the roses allows you to feel this love in your heart and receive and embrace. Sensuality is experiences, the way you experience life. And without sensuality, you are disconnected from your body. You are disconnected from your womanhood. You are disconnected from your femininity, your feminine sensuality. I also want to say that sensuality is often a term that is tossed around a lot these days, but is often misunderstood. It's not necessarily sexual. It's not necessarily erotic. They go hand in hand, but they're different things at the end of the day. And so I asked this question to you because I would like you to think about, what does sensuality mean to you? Apart from what the world says, apart from what you grew up hearing, apart from what the media portrays it to be, I want you to be true to yourself and give yourself the space to just explore. What does sensuality mean to you? And the reason why the majority of us have become disconnected to our sensuality in this fast-paced world that doesn't allow us to really slow down and to connect is due to a lot of reasons. whether it's growing up and seeing your parents and your mother and father working so hard that they couldn't really slow down and experience the pleasures of life, or maybe it's because the media has portrayed woman as either the virgin or the whore and nothing in between. And so as women especially, we have built up a lot of shame and guilt about our sensuality. In regards to our sensuality, we have been shamed for it and guilted for it. And so what this looks like is not being able to give yourself a chance to rest, or not do work for a day, or have an off day, because then you feel guilty about, oh my God, I'm missing the things that I have to do. I'm not being productive. I'm not being effective. Oh my God, I'm losing out. I want to invite you to really ask yourselves, what does sensuality mean to you? What does it look like for you? And it doesn't have to look like everyone else's. It doesn't have to be beautiful all the time. Like, I also think as a society, we romanticize sensuality and sexuality, and we tend to make it all roses and colorful and beautiful, but it doesn't always mean pleasure. It doesn't always mean that it has to be beautiful. Like, what you hear, what you feel might be difficult, might be painful. Like, really sitting with yourself and asking yourself, oh, how do I feel about, I don't know, this change in my life, or this breakup in my life, or this loss of a job in my life. And maybe there's some sadness around, maybe there's some pain in the pit of your stomach. That can be sensual as well when you really think about it, or at least the way I think about it. Sensuality doesn't always have to be pleasurable, doesn't always have to be beautiful. Sensuality is rather the awareness of your senses, the awareness of you and what you are sensing in your experience of life around you and your situation. Whether it is really paying attention to the foods that you're eating and the tastes and the smell and the texture, or whether it is dancing, and not dancing for other people, not choreo dancing, but rather dancing for yourself and just breathing into every movement and every wave of the hand and every gesture. And if it feels better, turn off the lights, and have that intimacy with yourself of no one is watching you, just you. And pay attention to the sights and the scents and the smells and the textures, and really experience, what does sensuality mean to me? And through that experience, that may lead you to clarity, to direction, to what is true for you. So I hope this was helpful. I want to hear your thoughts and your experiences. So DM me on Instagram, which is awaken your Shakti,